Now for the latest on COVID-19, Golisano Children's Hospital has exceeded capacity for the past week. This is in part because of the coronavirus, but also a surge in respiratory illnesses.
Carmela Boykin live with how the surge is impacting families and hospital staff. Carmela, good morning.
Good morning, Mark. Good morning, Leah. I'm outside Golisano Children's Hospital, which reached 112% capacity yesterday, but not just due to COVID-19. It's also because of a surge in respiratory viruses that are usually seen in the fall. Now, this isn't a unique problem to Rochester. Many hospitals across the country are also seeing a rise in non-COVID respiratory illnesses, but Golisano Pediatric Chair Dr. Patrick Brophy says the surge in COVID cases due to the Delta variant is happening when the hospital staff and resources are already stressed.
It's been challenging for the past week or so. Obviously, we would never refuse care for anybody, and we'll find a way to do it. But when you're operating over 100% capacity on a regular basis, it becomes a challenge to your staff.
And Dr. Brophy says the best way to mitigate issues due to COVID-19 and the Delta variant are to ensure that the community is fully vaccinated. Reporting in Rochester, Carmela Boykin, News 8. Mark and Leah.
Carmela, thank you. Dr. Brophy adding the increase in respiratory viruses is likely due to less masking and less social distancing.
2 Rochester city offices are closed after multiple city employees tested positive for COVID. The city clerk's office and treasury office will be closed to the public until Wednesday. City officials are urging anyone, if you visited either office over the last week, they want you to get a COVID test. Residents can still use the drop boxes at City Hall during normal business hours for checks or money orders. No late penalties will be enforced over the next 2 days.
The vaccination site at the Dome Arena is now moving downtown today. The new site will be at the SUNY Rochester Educational Opportunity Center. A statement from the governor's office last week said the new site will help the state target areas of need when it comes to COVID vaccination.
The State Department of Health says it will issue guidance on giving additional vaccine doses to people with severely weakened immune systems. State Health Commissioner Dr. Howard Zucker says the state's vaccine task force met over the weekend to talk about the booster shots. The FDA says transplant recipients and other immune-compromised patients can get a 3rd dose of the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines.
Let's get a look at our Family First segment now on this Monday. Millions of parents giving their children an allowance.
For decades, it's been paid in cash, but technology is giving families other options. Debit cards designed just for kids. There are several cards available allowing kids to get rewards for good grades, behavior, chores. They offer spending controls, allowance management, transfers, and more. And a couple of options include a customized green light or Go Henry card.
We really wanted it to be about learning financial literacy, really understanding the fundamentals.
All the features are designed around helping kids learn how to budget, how to understand the differences between wants and needs.
The debit cards typically charge around $5 a month, depending on the plan. Many banks, including Chase, also have options for kids ages 6 through 17. An adult has to sponsor the account and also have their own account with the bank.
Time now for the GRE Morning Business Report. Masks are back in demand. According to Adobe's digital economy tracker, mask sales shot up 51% this month. Sales of face coverings had been on the decline from May through late July until the CDC began encouraging people to mask up again amid rising COVID cases.
And remote work is apparently here to stay. According to a new Harris poll, 63% of companies will allow existing employees to work remotely once the pandemic subsides. What's more than half of companies surveyed say they hired new employees virtually during the pandemic.
All right, let's get a look at what some folks might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. How about this from Major League Baseball? Arizona Diamondbacks rookie pitcher Tyler Gilbert threw a no-hitter versus the Padres in his first Major League start over the weekend. He is the first pitcher to accomplish that feat since 1953. A year ago, with the minor league season having been canceled, Gilbert was working as an electrician in Northern California, and now he owns a piece of Major League history.
Awesome story.
Yeah, great job, brother.
Yeah.
Right, Tyler Gilbert, James Gilbert.
Yeah, that's right. But seriously, how quickly things can change in life, and that just gives you hope on a Monday morning. I mean, to hear that story.
For sure.
It's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yep.
Very cool. And hey, we've got some nice baseball weather for today. Maybe you're thinking about playing a little bit after work. Not too bad of a day for it. We're starting off nicely in the 50s. We warm up quickly, though, by the afternoon in the upper 70s to near 80. Let's get a last look at the 8-day forecast. The weather is changing dramatically as we get into tomorrow. We'll look at temperatures starting off in the upper 60s to around 70, then highs in the low 80s and showers and thunderstorms for much of the week. So we'll be busy in the weather department. No need for the umbrella today, but we'll definitely want to have it nearby for the next several days.
All right. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching News 8 at Sunrise.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes as James Gilbert waves goodbye. CBS This Morning is up next. Have a great day.
Follow News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.